Welcome. My name is Samkwa Velem. My student number is 17004070. Welcome to this video where I am going to teach the topic in business studies as one of my teaching methods, a subject major. So the topic that I'm going to present today, or the topic that I'm going to talk about today, is what we call the type of business activities. And then the learning objective, it says explain the internal growth and the external growth of the businesses, or sometimes we call them mergers or takeovers. Well, now in this lesson we are going to talk about taking overs of businesses. Yeah. But today we are going to talk about the growth or the taking over in a business or outside the business that we call internal or external growth. So we have internal and external growth. So what we mean by internal growth? Internal growth is when the business expands its operations internally, and external is when the business expands its operations externally. We are talking about internally. When you're talking about internally, is when the business operations, like the business was a bit smaller, then when now it gains some profits and want to expand its sales because it might be having a lot of customers or something, and then now they have to expand. When they're expanding inside the business, then that's what we call internal internal growth, like adding some shelves in with the other stock, like adding some other materials or other products that were not available. For example, your business operation, your business operates as as a boutique, just selling Nike and Adidas products. And then after all gaining some some profits, now you have to expand your sales into by bringing in some other products that can be sold still in your boutique, and that's what we call internal growth. Okay, and when you're talking about external growth, you're talking about when the business operates, it expands its operations externally, whereby the business gets some subsidies or some financial assistance from outside the business, and it expands. So this for example, you have your business and you want to do another business somewhere else, then you are going to do it, but then the finance that you're going to use, they are from outside the business. So that's what we call external growth. So they are, to compare them, let's say for example this is external and this is internal growth. Now the difference between these two is that let's compare them using finances. So in internal you use the profit which was made from the business, or the sales of assets from the business, or the owner's contribution. Think about the profit is the money that was made by that business. Then we're talking about the sales of assets is when in that business, within that business, there are some assets that are being sold out to get the money. Then that money will be called profit, is the money that you're going to use to make your business go up. And that's what we call internal growth finances. And still the owner's contribution, when the money comes from the pocket of the owner of the business or the owners of that business, then that will be called internal growth. Okay, so that's the difference between that's on the side of internal growth. Now on the side of external growth, as you say that external growth happens when the business gets assistance from outside the business. So that's external. Let's say for example this is the business and you're going to get some finance outside the business. That's what we call external growth. Then when you're talking about external growth, here is it's either a loan borrowed from somewhere, from some of the financial institutions, or the goods, the grants received from institutions or the government, or by other private businesses, or any business that, or just money which came from outside as a grant to that business. And also we are going to also to talk about the subsidies. So external growth, it's either that money that has been used to extend that business externally. It might be loan borrowed, grants received and subsidies received. When I'm talking about the loan, is the money that the business has borrowed from a financial institution. And when I'm talking about the grants received, is when the business received some extra assistance from outside, which is called the grant. And that grant is unretainable. But the loan, the business have to pay it back, but the grant, it will never pay it back. And also the subsidies are the amount of assistance which came from a lot of alternatives that can help you out in the business. And for example, we are going to talk about the government. Like let me take you back to that topic again when you are talking about the types of economic systems. Like we have free market economy, which is controlled by the individuals. We have the mixed economy, which is controlled by individual and the state, and we have the planned economy, which is controlled by the by the state only. So these subsidies, in the mixed economy, we have what we call market failure. Now that market failure, when the government is not producing what was supposed to produce, then the market itself or the individuals can bring it in. But then we are talking about now when the government intervenes. The government intervenes into local businesses sometimes in the form of subsidies to help those businesses to grow. So when you're talking about subsidies, it's the money from the government, for example, that's being given to that business so that the business can grow. So that's what we call now external growth. Yeah, I hope everything is a bit clear, and I think there's no problem. So now we are going to just in these differences, I hope we have learned that when you're talking about internal is when the business expands using the finances from the business inside, and when you're talking about the external is when the business grows externally using finances from outside the business. So today I will leave you with a question which will be a homework. So this homework is going to be like this. I want in the next lesson we are going to meet, the homework question is, you must find some other similarities or differences. I mean difference, not similarities, but differences. Those differences between internal and external growth. Apart from the one that we have just discussed in this video, I will need some others that will come in. Just go and look for some of the differences between internal and external growth of the businesses. Okay, so today we are ending up here. In the next lesson, we are now going to talk about the business growth or taking overs, either backward or forward. So another one, I'm going to leave you with this question, and still I'm going to tell you that I'm going to humbly request you to go and look into the next topic I'm going to discuss in the next lesson, which are going to talk about the taking overs either forward or backwards. Thank you very much.